Hey, I'm Ben Lee and I'm playing Storytime. I've had so many injuries on stage. My band members and my wife, I have this weird I don't know if it's like a shamanic thing, but I sort of just little bit lose contact with my body and my surroundings and stuff when I'm singing, especially if it's like high energy and a good vibe. And a bunch of times, like once I remember supporting Lush Jackson in the 90s, I jumped up while I was singing and landed on like the outside of my foot, and I knew I'd done something to it right away. So I finished the rest of the set standing on one leg, about 6 or 7 more songs, then went to the emergency room after and found I had a hairline fracture in my foot. So those are, you need a few injuries on stage. If you've never injured yourself on stage, you probably need to do more gigs. I was absolutely starstruck when I met Jonathan Richmond. He's my total songwriting hero. I mean, he's someone that combined punk rock with this childlike innocence and melody, and he just almost, in some ways, the entire model of what I wanted to do with music was I got it from Jonathan Richmond. And I met him a couple times, and both times I just said no, I couldn't talk. And he sensed my awkwardness, and he said, we'll talk later. It's hard to talk at a party, and he kind of let me off the hook a little bit. But I never really forgave myself. Jonathan Richmond and Jarvis Cocker from Pulp are the two people I've been absolutely just starstruck by. One of the best meals I've ever had that I remember was in Japan. We were doing a Grand Royal tour in the 90s, and Sean Lennon at the time was on Grand Royal. He took us all to a Zen monastery out in the countryside outside Tokyo, where they served us a 9-course meal where everything had been grown on the premises at the monastery and prepared by the monks. And it was one of those meals that was just a journey, and I often think of that meal. I don't remember the name of the place or anything, but it felt like it was a special experience. My most embarrassing moment, I mean, it's hard, when you have a career in music, it's littered with embarrassing moments. But I suppose still up there is performing on the panel and just getting inspired and jumping up on the desk in the middle of the song on live TV, and my guitar cable coming unplugged. I mean, in some ways, those sorts of embarrassing things, I'm sort of proud of them though too, because you have to have a certain zest for life to even put yourself in that type of risky behavior. But for sure, I showed it to my daughter recently, and she looked at me just a bit yeah, that was cringy.